Okay.
There we go.
That.
Hello, sir, Brandon.
Hello, Sir Logan.
Welcome to this this format of question answering thinging. How's your day going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I listened to that Rick Rubin thing you sent me.
Oh, the Tyler one? Yeah. That one's nice, eh?
I like how he's 30 years old but still acts and talks like a child. It's great.
Yeah. I was listening to one with Pharrell, and he's like, man, it's crazy that like I used to like listen to your stuff, and now you're like as curious into what I'm doing as I was into like what you do. And it's like, damn, like full circle. That's craziness.
Full inspo. What about you? What you've been doing this year morning?
You know, I made some breakfast, then I made some lunch, and now I'm just here. There we go.
Having a grapefruit lunch.
Grapefruit. I didn't know that was a meal.
Sure is.
There you go.
Like extended breakfast, really. I don't usually do this, but I've been like really routine with breakfast. 2 hard-boiled eggs, coffee, and just a grapefruit.
Oh, nice. 2 hard-boiled.
Weight loss thing or something, but I don't know.
Do you put any sauce on it, or you just like the hard-boiled eggs?
Hard-boiled eggs.
Wow.
I feel like it's really military or something. I don't know where it came from, but hey.
Yeah, it's exactly. Well, I just opened this package and then it spilled all over my desk, so that's great. But you know, you gotta sniff it up.
What you got there, huh? Is that a white strain?
Oh, it's a green one there, buddy. Oh. I like me some greens, you know. Greens keep it clean. Green elephant.
Oh, I got a red Borneo.
On the go? Oh shit, that's a huge mug.
It just looks big. It's like normal sized, but it's
okay.
Got booty.
Nice. So it's got like it's really just hollow on the inside. Like it's got like a tiny little compartment where that drink goes. There you go. So like I was thinking of just doing the fucking gross method because I'm a nasty guy.
Sure.
Let's see if I die. I actually have the kratom spoon that they sell. Cause like my order was under this certain amount for free shipping. And this thing was like $6. So I'm like, okay, well.
You're a super fan.
Exactly. I just wanted the free shipping. All right, how do I? Oh God. I don't know.
You just yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it'll come off of this spoon cleanly. It's like packed in like a measuring cup.
Bacon in your mouth.
Okay.
You missed almost. And he's gone. So, what's that all about? How are you doing today, fellow listener? Are you having a good day? Are you having a bad day? What's your day entailing? Nice breakfast, perhaps? Lunch? Dinner? Maybe you're reading a new book? I am. I can tell you all about it. It's called I Am Legend. Perhaps you've heard of the movie. The book, it's much different. It's like a psychological thriller. Man, last one around, he's trying to come to terms with being the last man alive. Oh, hi.
That was fucking gross. I gagged and I just like had to spit in the sink. I need to wash it out with some.
Low and slow.
There we go. Yeah, that's probably the good call. Also, yeah, that was like, it was just clumped together and then I got stuck in my teeth.
Yeah.
And I just had to rinse my mouth out. But
hot water and Bernard maple syrup.
Oh, you put
Bernard.
I had never thought of that. That's a good idea. Well, there you go. Cuba. Stanley, Quebec.
Yep.
Now I'm coughing. Gotta get it out.
This is going great.
Anyways, let me ask you some questions.
Oh yes,
I have
I have nothing prepared, so this is gonna be great.
I'm very intrigued in what you're doing in your lifestyle, and I love the artwork that you're coming out with all the time. And I just wanted to ask you some questions about kind of like your life and maybe get more people knowing about you and stuff. So I guess just first, what do you do? Like what kind of art do you do? What would you define yourself as if you could?
8 months out of the year, you ask me that question, I'll say I'm a painter first and foremost slash creative. It's hard to define what I do really paint wise. I use acrylics, I use pastels, I draw, I use airbrushes, which is new.
Ooh,
Collage. I actually wrote it down not long ago, mix like sometimes 5 to 8 different mediums onto a painting lately.
that's awesome.
It's really stream of consciousness kind of stuff. I go into it with no real heading, and then the painting reveals itself to me after a couple of sessions with it.
And do you have any like specific like color palettes that you like to mess around with, or
Yeah, the like a really big theme is contrast for me, so I do a lot of bold reds versus blues and try to balance them out very well. Uh, and then every shade in between those. You got red on the far side of the spectrum, blue on the other.
right? Yeah.
Mostly those two battling and then blending them together in the middle.
And like you like to use different types of like brushes and mediums, right? So like what's kind of like the craziest thing that you've used on a painting?
I use spoons a lot. I use it's made for drywalling, big plaster putty knife.
Nice.
What else? Let me take a look. I use a credit card sometimes too.
Oh, nice.
An old credit card, instead of throwing it out, I use that.
You should next time use your own and then, bring it into the stores and
Yeah, I should. All right, I'm using this.
yeah, exactly. It's part of your piece, the journey that the card goes through. Yeah, so
Story.
I just have I have a bunch actually. My next question. So you seem to draw inspiration from a lot of different people.
Oh yeah.
I guess who kind of inspires you the most out of all those people, like whether famous or not?
Gosh.
Like what would be your biggest inspiration? Either just in creativity in general or in like
This is
your yeah, go ahead.
Namely, seeing my friends create and thrive in their own ways is awesome. I don't like pull the same ideas from them because I like to keep the things original, but hey,
Right.
seeing my friends doing their thing is amazing to me. Sorry, a big thing of like a big drawing of inspiration for me is street art.
Oh yeah.
Writing graffiti and messing around with different letterings, and that came from just years of walking around various cities, admiring the tags or seeing a train go by, like briefly seeing, like, whoa, that was really cool.
Yeah, totally.
I like to draw inspiration from that. It's like bold, brash colors too, heavy outlines that I've taken that from. Into abstractionism of various kinds. I'm always trying to find new people, new things, new inspos to see what they're up to and try to interpret it in my own kind of weird, wacky way.
Right. I guess like who's your most recent that you've kind of stumbled upon? You're like, oh, this is sick.
Geez, it's actually a tattoo artist.
Oh yeah.
He lives here in Montreal. His name is slipping me right now. Mr. Sassy.
Mr. Sassy.
That's who. He has a really cool, bold, poppy style of sort of somewhat realistic and then cartoon mixed together. I'll look
That's
him up.
awesome.
Mr. Sassy.
Are you gonna get any of his pieces on you?
I've been talking to him. I don't think so, but I don't really have time. I'm leaving Montreal in like a week and a half.
Soon, yeah.
Uh, so that kind of stuff. It's like a heart, but also a pomegranate, delicious.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
And it's like bold poppy colors, not a lot of.
It looked like a grapefruit too, almost.
Yeah, I
That's
like grapefruits, so I drew.
yeah. That's sick.
I'm scouring them interwebs to see what's out there. You know.
Yeah, especially with these times, it's kind of like it's hard to draw inspiration because you can't really go out and do stuff. Like
Fair
you can
enough.
a little bit, but yeah, the internet's definitely helpful in doing that.
Yeah.
So I guess what's the most recent thing that you're working on, or like the most recent finished thing that you've done, and if you'd like to talk about it a bit.
Yeah, I'll grab it. I have
Right.
two I'm thinking of. There's a couple of the more recent ones. This one I actually did last night.
Oh, you did this last night.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The Misfit Son.
What are those photos of?
So I was in Chinatown about a week ago. I bought a really nice soup bowl. I loved the soup bowl. And they wrapped it up in Chinese newspaper for me.
No way.
Yeah, I thought that's actually the second time I've done that, where I've like bought something in a Chinese store. They gave me newspaper and I paper mache'd it onto a canvas.
That's actually awesome.
So it's all like media and people in the stock market. I don't know who these people were.
That's so cool.
And just like, tabloids.
Right.
Plastered that on. I painted this little cheeky guy, and that's supposed to be his son, who slightly resembles Bird Person from.
Oh yeah, from Rick and Morty.
I've been watching again recently,
Nice.
not too long ago. So
What's on the back there?
oh yeah, so like lately I've been to sort of like come up and conceptualize with all these ideas I'm going to add to it. I've been just doodling on sketchbooks,
Oh, okay.
and each one I've been like each sketch that's related to the painting I've been taping on the back,
Right.
sort of like a backstory.
Backstory, yeah.
Planning out like the different shades of red I'm gonna throw onto it, and just different writings I want. Soba, which is like a Japanese soup that I changed it to Soja Boy. I don't know.
And I could see the Misfit Son at the bottom right there.
Yep, that's the
Yeah.
title. That's him.
So who's the father then?
Well, that's the father.
Oh yeah,
The misfit, just overlooking it all.
yeah. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, that has paint markers. It has pencil. It has what I would call collage because there's newspaper. It's got acrylic paint. It's got airbrush.
Just
And also just like a 3D that feels really nice. Can't see it.
oh yeah, that's cool. I wish I was there to feel it.
And then similar, that kind of thing. So that was actually when I was saying the first newspaper thing I got. It's got things and faces in it and stuff. On top of just my own sketches that I drew out and glued on.
It looks super 3D. Like that looks so
A
cool.
lot of layers to it.
Yeah, like it literally looks like there's depth to it. It's really cool.
Well, thank you. That's the idea.
Yeah, I like the submarine thing at the bottom there.
Oh. Where?
I think the bottom right.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Just peeping out, looking at everyone. So that involves also a calendar I got from a Chinese market I go to a lot for food.
Oh yeah.
Once
Nice.
January, I think it was over, I just ripped it out and
Used it.
all over. Yeah.
Why
We
not?
reused it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just been experimenting a lot, having fun.
Yeah, that's good. That's important. Yeah, it's important to like find different methods and different things that you like, and even not even like just change it up, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of like draws into like my next question was like, did you ever have like a phase where you kind of like explored and experimented and then kind of like honed in on what you wanted to do, or has it always just kind of been like um
It's a bit of both, to be honest. I'll take breaks from painting sometimes to travel or explore or see something I haven't seen before.
right?
And then once I'm back at it, I have all these new ideas and inspirations. I've visited art museums. I've just walked around and seen a new country's style.
Yeah.
And then that's when I'm experimenting a lot and just throwing shit at the wall until it sticks. Like my first few paintings. Uh, when I get back into it, I work like crazy, just every day, all day,
Yeah, you're always like super into it and just like
making a mess.
focused.
I'll make two or three and then really start coming up with ideas and pulling stuff out. Like those last two I've shown are like maybe the 15th and 18th I've made this year or something like
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
But like it's been a progress or a process getting to those points. The first ones are different looking, but if I study them more, I can sort of see where I pulled ideas from to get to these.
Does it like you ever look at like a painting and it kind of like brings you back to like a part of your life or like
Oh yeah, I love it. Most of my paintings too, I'll look at certain sections and I can kind of remember what I was listening to at the time. So I was at
oh
music.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Or
awesome.
just other small things like I'll look at the corner of one and remember a nice sunny morning I was doing it, birds flying through my window, stuff like that.
Yeah, it
Well, like
totally
in the moment memories.
like the set and setting of kind of like different aspects of it can
Exactly.
totally just like imprint on your brain like when you see something it kind of triggers that memory even if it's like kind of like a small thing. It's cool.
It's hard because it's like really only reminds me of those moments 'cause I'm the one who made it.
Right.
And people who have seen it say it reminds them of different things, which I always find awesome. We can pull something different out of it.
Do you have anything that's kind of like on your mind right now that you want to put down into a painting, or is it more just like free form, like you were saying, like stream of consciousness?
No, I have ideas now for new ones. Um, there's a big canvas I was gonna hopefully do before I leave. We'll see. But I have the idea of it. I have like the color scheme laid out. It's actually gonna be kind of similar to another one I've done. So it's like
Nice.
pulling ideas from that, but it's like half thought out and half let's see what happens.
Right. Yeah. Because if you go into it with like total, kind of like it's gonna be this way, then you might not. You might shatter those expectations in like a bad way or a good way. Like, yeah.
You have too much expectation, it's never gonna turn out
Right.
exactly like that, and you're gonna end up hating it. I don't know. I look at mine and I always smile and I like them, and there's nothing I would change because I don't have too much expectation of where it's gonna go.
Right. Yeah, and that's good. That's like that's important because like that's kind of the process of the whole thing, right? Like you working through it is the painting. It's not necessarily an idea you put on the thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah, so I guess I have another question. This is the last one I wrote. I might come up with other ones, but
Oh, baby.
so how do you kind of find we kind of talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but how do you kind of find inspiration right now, especially like during like lockdowns and stuff like that? Like
Mhm.
what's kind of like your process of finding stuff that inspires you, and how do you like kind of like I don't know, keep sane in the times?
Um, back in January when everything was mad closed in Montreal, it kind of sucked for a while. But the first thing to open back up again early January was art museums, funny enough.
Wow, that's
Like
sick.
book tickets in advance. There's very limited people in it, so you have a lot more space to explore, and you're just wandering around looking at all these people, reading the write-ups and the history of every person and whatnot. So that's taken up a lot of my time. Instead of like going to the movies or going to a bar or restaurant, that's like all I can do right now. So I've been doing a
That's
lot
good
of that,
though. Yeah.
but I get a lot of inspiration from that and reading about their stories, their upbringings, and whatnot.
Right.
It's like seeing the person behind who made this huge behemoth painting, which is fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's the size of the big canvas that you said you're working on? I guess you have.
Um,
Is it large?
I think in length, it's probably inch wise, like 32 by 32, something like that. It's a square,
Yeah.
32 inches, so close to 2 feet by
Right.
2 feet.
And do you still? I know we used to go to like thrift stores and stuff and find like
Oh yeah,
paintings and paint over. Do you still do that?
still do sometimes. It's
Yeah.
expanded too. It's hard to bring over here because it's up on a wall and it's huge, but I've shown you anyway the one where there's a clock on it.
Yeah.
That was a thrift store painting,
That's
and
awesome.
it was just an old photo of this kid in Cambodia, like looking up at a statue. So I kept the kid. I like taped over him and then painted everything else. And then the kid remained after I took the tape off, and he's just looking up at this crazy painting I made.
That's awesome.
And another one too, like I said, I've been advancing is literally free canvases now. I found just like a plank of wood on the curb. It was perfect though. It was like, desks that have that little slide out compartment for keyboards. It was one of
Yeah.
those. It still
Okay.
had the metal on it and wheels. So I just kept it, and it was free.
The whole desk or like the drawer part?
Not just the drawer, not the desk.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
I'll do a desk one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've been really enjoying wood lately instead of like cloth canvases. It's hard. I can really beat it up and stuff. So it was perfect. It's like a really long, wide piece of wood, and it was fun.
That's super cool. Yeah.
I don't know how to mount it or hang it though, because it's literally just a piece of wood. So.
You could make like a mantle or something. Hang your paintings on top
Yeah.
of this painting.
Right now, it's just sitting in a corner.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it belongs. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Um, yeah. That's. I guess. What would you say to the kids to inspire them?
I always say, don't ever grow up. To you kids. Um, Kids are at a time right now where they don't realize it necessarily, but nothing really matters to them.
Right.
You don't have much concern about the world. You're not hounded by jobs you don't like. You're not hounded by taxes and paying rent every month, or
Yeah.
every meal is just there for you. Here it is. Eat
Right.
it. Delicious. Um, so because you have no burdens or anything weighing you down, you have so much more opportunity to dream and have fun and do things.
It's
I
like
was never, when I was a kid, hounded for having an imagination or crazy ideas or doodling around, doing weird kid stuff like some kids might, unfortunately,
right.
be judged or hounded for. But I think that's important to recognize you're not going to be a kid forever and enjoy being a kid and having no responsibility.
And do you ever like kind of
It was awesome.
right? Do you ever like draw back on like your kind of past experiences as a kid? Like you
Mhm.
said, like being that like kind of free spirit almost. Does it bring up a lot of like nostalgia?
Definitely. And I try to emulate it as much as I can. Still having that childlike fascination where everything's new and fresh and amazing, and wow,
Right.
it's just expanded a lot more because I'm not getting anywhere.
True. Yeah.
Find new ways of being fascinated by new things.
There's so many things out there to be fascinated by.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I have for you here. I just hounded you with questions, but it was honestly a lot of fun.
That was one heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah,
We were taking this route, but I love it.
there you go. Um, yeah. So, cheers, mate. I have this fucking 2 liter of Dr Pepper. Cheers.
Clunk,
On
clunk.
the kratom.
It's delish. Absolutely delish.